morning. It is a beautiful, beautiful Saturday morning. At least it is where I'm at. Although I think it would be a beautiful Saturday morning no matter where I was at. Because no matter where you go, there you are, and the thoughts that you think create the feelings that you're feeling. So, hey, if it's not a beautiful morning where you're at, look no further than your own backyard, which is your thoughts, your feelings, right? Hey, morning, Ron. Morning, Addison. This morning's been a really good morning. It's been a really, really good morning. I'm going to just tell you a little bit about my morning. It started last night. Rarely do I get the opportunity to have my house without any children in it. Welcome to the land of being mom of 7, right? And my older ones having little ones now. So my house is consistently flowing with love and children and laughter and connection. Morning, Michelle. But this last night, there were no children. Come 6 o'clock, there were no children. Everybody had been dished off to some place. And I love moments like that because they are rare in my life. So I really get an opportunity to appreciate that kind of stuff. But yesterday was a really good day too, but last night was just enjoyable. It was really relaxed. It was so soothing to the soul. Enjoyed a hot bath, enjoyed a good meal, enjoyed a great conversation with my lover, enjoyed some good sex, had a great night's sleep, enjoyed some more good sex. But that's not what makes it a really good morning this morning. No, what makes it a really good morning this morning was because I woke in ease. I woke in this feeling of just yes. Not dreading the day, but really going yes to the day. But not in a haste. Not like, oh my gosh, I got to get going. I've got to go do this. Not in an essence of, I have all this work that I need to do, all these people that I need to connect with, all this stuff that I need to plan, events that I need to plan, workshops that I need to write up and plan and do the homework on for myself so that I can teach the best possibly that I can teach. No. Not worried about the consults later in the day or the clients that I'm off to go see in a couple hours or anything else. It was just ease, the soothing ease. Enjoyed a cup of coffee, did a meditation, just relaxed. Allowed myself just to stay in bed. Self-soothed, you could say. But not self-soothed because I was in a bad mood. Self-soothed because it felt good. Because it was just a yes thing to do. Because it's what my soul called for. And then, of course, like any day that I'm doing conscious coffee, which is almost every single day. Hey, morning, Andrew. Morning, Tori. My mind went to, what am I going to talk about? And once again, I found myself standing in front of my coffee pot. And I realized that the perfect topic of today was just that right there. The self-soothing, the ease, the relaxation, the sex, and something else that has been kind of dominant in the last few days. Getting rid of negative people's energy in your life. And I bring this up because I have a few people that I'm working with. My dogs are now deciding that my neighbors should not be leaving, I guess. Hey, Phoebe. No. She's old, she's grumpy, she's senile. She thinks that wind is dangerous. I don't know. Anyway, no. But I have a few people that I've been working with lately that has been coming in and expressing the negativity in their lives. And I've had a few people share some really astronomical events that have occurred over the last week or two in their lives with just negative stuff happening. And it's not little stuff. It's big stuff that is, really rocking of the boat. And I've had some really negative rocking of the boat of my own happen in the past, so I can share my empathy there. But what I want to get through to you guys today is a lot of that rocking of the boat, that shifting, that that turbulence, when your world just kind of seems like it's crashing and you don't know how you're going to recover. It's shaking out the rocks. It's shaking out the garbage. It's shaking out all the stuff that shouldn't be in your life. Typically, that means it's shaking out people that we as human beings want to hold on to certain individuals. We want to hold on to relationship. We don't want to lose things. We feel that it shows failure, that it's not good in some fashion or form. And so we hold on to these negative relationships, these negatively charged relationships that bring us down. And we don't even realize that these relationships are bringing us down in different ways until, of course, we're on the other side of the relationship. Some time has passed and we look back and we go, oh my gosh, why did I stay in that relationship? And what I see in all these instances where with the people that I'm working with and from past experience of my own and with other people and everything, and just the basic energetics of it, is that when we insist on staying in a frequency, a vibration in a relationship that we should no longer possess in our lives, our soul, our spirit, the world, universe, God, whatever you want to say here, kind of steps in and shakes our boat for us. So, it just starts going, no, I'm going to make you really uncomfortable. I'm going to make you suffer a little bit. You want to know what suffering's about? Here you go. It's a shake-up of your boat to pull your head out of your butt and to clear out the garbage. Clear out the garbage. What's that garbage? If it's a relationship, it's like, ow, that kind of hurts. But if you got consistent crap happening to you, or you got big time stuff happening, then there's something going on. I'm going to share a story with you about a woman that I actually don't know, but I know through somebody. So, no names are going to be passed here. This is a true story. Years ago, I had a client, and I was working with her on doing a whole bunch of internal work and getting into alignment, finding her desire, finding her joy, finding her orgasmic rhythm in life, learning how to ask for what she wants, learning what her boundaries were, learning, hey, toleration's not that great, acceptance is good, all this different stuff that she was going through, forgiveness work and everything. And we're really doing some good, deep work. And she comes to me one day and she says, oh my gosh, this happened to my friend the other day. And I was like, what happened? So, I'm thinking that she's going to relay something to me that was pertinent to her tale, to her saga, her growth. And she says, well, that great big storm that came through, my friend who's an interior decorator, she's over at my house, she's helping me redesign some of my house stuff at my bedroom and everything. We're working on everything. Well, I got a call, I had to leave. I left her in charge to finish up the project that we were working on, and I go out and I'm taking care of what I'm taking care of. She gets into what she's doing. The storm comes, she's like, well, maybe I'll just finish up a little bit more and wait for a break in the storm. But she was also feeling like she really needed to go home. But then something kept her there, working on the interior design stuff that she was working on. Finally, she leaves, she gets in her car, she goes home. She gets home to find her house had been hit by lightning. Now, her kids are grown and gone. Her husband typically would have been there, but her husband wasn't there. He ended up running to the store for something when this happened. All that was left in the house, this big 2-story house, was their 2 dogs. Lightning hit the chimney and came down the chimney and took out the whole house, killing the 2 animals that were inside. But if she had been home as she was telling my client, who was her friend, she said, if I'd been home, I would have been upstairs in the bedroom. The chimney comes right down through the master, and I wouldn't be here. If my husband had been home, he would have been sitting in the living room probably. He wouldn't be here. So, wow, big blessing there, right? Well, 1 week goes by, and this same woman lands herself in the hospital with a heart attack. You can say it's the stress of everything. The woman's house blew up from lightning. My goodness, right? She got stressed out. She had a heart attack. If you look energetically at things, I asked my client, I said, how's her marriage? How's her marriage? And she's like, oh gosh, her marriage has been bad for the last 15 years. They don't get along. They fight. They're distant. There's just nothing going on. Who knows why they're even still together? The home is a representation of heart, of safety, of haven, building a home together, unity, connection, love. What do we do when we get into a relationship? We build a home together. Children or not, we still build a home together. A heart attack means, energetically, emotionally speaking, if you go and you look up emotional meanings of things, you're going to look at heart attack, and what you're going to find is that heart attack has everything to do with the heart center and emotion. Being constricted, being shut down, not being felt, not feeling love. A desire to really, truly be seen and felt, but not happening. Call me crazy or not, I think the two are linked. And here's what we do. We do exactly what this woman experienced. Except we, a lot of the times, do it on these small scales, right? We keep in these relationships that are really negative. Now, negative-based relationships doesn't mean that we're being abused, doesn't mean that there's fighting all the time. It's not that kind of toxicity always, although a lot of times it can be. But that's not necessarily what it has to be. Negative relationships, toxic relationships, simply means that you're no longer in alignment to this relationship in the way that it is right now. It happens in all relationships when we get out of alignment. When we're no longer vibing with somebody. It can happen in friendships, it can happen in sisterhood, it can happen with our own children, with our parents, with our siblings, with our spouses, with our lovers, with the people that we're dating, with our work environment. Everything is a relationship. And you have to really realize that. Everything is a relationship. Relationship is the basis of everything. How we deal with things is our relationship to the things that we are involved in. If you're struggling, if you're starting to see, oh my gosh, I got a lot of turbulence in my life, look at what the relationships, all relationships in your life are trying to tell you. Where are you denying that you're out of alignment to something? Where are you trying to hide? Where are you really forcing it, very fighting? Like, no, I'm going to stick it out. I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to really force it to happen. Where you're not going in ease. Because life is supposed to be more in ease. Look at nature. Look at nature. Watch something grow. Yes, a seed starts in the earth, and it has to, we can look at it as a seed. You plant a seed, it's in the earth, and it grows up, and there's a rock right here, so it has to go around it. Well, that little sprout, it doesn't push on the rock and go, let me through, let me through, let me through. No. It goes in ease. It follows the path of least resistance. It goes around the rock. It goes up. It just keeps finding its way until it gets to where it needs to be, where it feels it needs to be. Your life is supposed to be like that. Follow the path of least resistance. That does not mean don't take action. That does not mean be lazy. That does not mean don't do the mindset work. Don't do the internal work. Don't do the emotional, the spiritual work. Don't do the physical work. Don't get your ass out there and not take care of yourself. No, that's not the path of least resistance. That's the path of most suffering, to not take action. But intuitive action, soul-based action, is the path of least resistance. The path that we often choose, the path that we are told that we should take, that is normal, is no pain, no gain. Work hard. Struggle's normal. Suffering's normal. You're building your story. Is that true? Does that feel good? Are you enjoying doing that? How does that feel? How does that resonate in your body? Like, oh man, I want to get up this morning and suffer some more. Oh man, I want to get up this morning and really work my ass off and not get any results from it. Oh man, I really want to get up this morning and have this relationship with money, with my partner, with my work, with my health, that it's just a struggle, that just doesn't turn me on, that there's just nothing here for me. I feel empty. I feel a void. Does that feel good? I know when I do that kind of shit, and I'm guilty of it because I'm human, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good at all. I break out in hives. I end up, gaining weight. I am fatigued. I have no clarity, no creative juices. I'm not turned on to anything. I struggle for my orgasm. I struggle for connection. And it's all because of alignment. It's all because I'm trying to force something. I'm not having a life of ease. I'm not letting my little seed sprout take the path that gets it to where it wants to be in ease. I'm in there underneath that ground, beating the crap out of that rock that's in front of me, not realizing that I could just go around it. If I just slowed down, if I just listened to my soul, to my heart, that I could just go around it. I think our sex is a beautiful space. This morning, in the middle of an orgasm, of course, I have some amazing awakenings come into my soul in the middle of things. The dog brought me her bowl. I think she's hungry. Had this feeling come through me. It was more of a feeling than a thought. And as this orgasmic energy was coming up into my whole being, not just down in my genitals, but up into my torso and up into my chest. And I just had this feeling come over me. And the feeling was that that's the way our energy is supposed to move. It's supposed to feel good. We're supposed to feel good. We're supposed to relax into things. And I was thinking, it wasn't that long ago that I was struggling to connect. I was struggling here and I was struggling there. And to me, what I've learned is that when I'm really struggling in my sex, I also start to struggle in other areas of my life. That is a physical, in my face event that's going on that will tell me how other significant areas of my life are going on. And that doesn't mean that I'm not going to experience pleasure even when I'm struggling. It just means that it might be it's harder for me to connect. I might be doing things to connect that I normally wouldn't. I'm looking for ways instead of just letting ways happen, instead of just going in ease. I hear a lot of people talking about their struggle in sex, their struggle in connection, their struggle in intimacy, their struggle in vulnerability, their struggle to surrender, their struggle to get into flow, their struggle with, you name it, right? No matter how hard I work out, I just can't seem to get in shape. No matter how much I ask my partner for connection, they're just not interested. No matter how much sex I have, I still don't have really truly any orgasm. I just don't feel. No matter how much time I spend with somebody, I still don't feel like they hear me, see me, connect with me. These statements, no matter how hard I work at my job, I just keep getting bypassed. I'm just not getting recognized. Nobody sees me. Nobody wants me. I'm not good enough. What am I doing wrong? Your sex kind of depicts some of that. Just like your health can show, like, hey, pay attention to those things. But it comes back to the ease, doesn't it? So I was laying there this morning and I was just having my skin tickled and just this connection and, this total love focus in the kissing and the touching. It wasn't about the actual act of the sex. It was about the connection. Once again, the awakening of this is how all of life is supposed to be. You're supposed to go in ease. Doesn't mean that there's not going to be painful events. Doesn't mean that everything's going to be rainbows, unicorns, and organic chocolate and roses, right? No, I'm not talking about that. We ebb and we flow. Our life swings back and forth. We go through some tough spots. It's how we choose to go through those tough spots. It's if we get our lessons, if we're paying attention energetically to the things that are speaking to us. Are we realizing that when we go through those tough spots, that what we're actually done is we've derailed our alignment, and we're over here beating our head on that rock again? And then can we go back, oh, let me just relax into this. How do you relax into it? Find your fucking joy. Find your joy. Find some ease. Let go of your norm. You're focusing on what is happening right now. And if you continue to focus on what is happening right now, you're going to get more of what is happening right now. As I refer to it as is-land. When we focus in on is-land, what happens? We get more of what is. Then we go, well, I never have this. I never call in the right relationship. I never have the abundance. I never have the health. I never have the orgasm. I never. Well, as long as you're focusing in on what you don't have, where is the space for what you want to come in? Realize that today's reality is created from yesterday and everything else. And it's not yesterday's actions necessarily, it's yesterday's thoughts and feelings, which led to yesterday's actions. You want a different tomorrow. You want a different afternoon. Start right now. Right now, this Saturday morning. You can make a change for the rest of your life. You can make a change for the rest of today, a change for tomorrow, for next week, for next month, for this summer, for this year. But you got to make a change right now in your thoughts. You got to say, no, this is actually what I want, and focus on that. I have a lot of people coming to me and saying, I just don't have the money. I don't have the money. I don't have the time. I can't do this. I can't do that. 2019's brutal. It's crazy. It's just chaotic. There's not enough of me to go around. And I see a lot of people dealing with a lot of chaos this year. It's like last year flipped everybody's carts upside down, threw a whole bunch of people into transformation, threw a whole bunch of people into these waves and some good stuff, some movement. But everybody's now trying to pick up the pieces. My question is, why are you trying to pick up all the pieces of last year? You want all that stuff that you got rid of, cleared out, back into your world? If you're running around and you're trying to pick up all these pieces, and you've got yourself basically running around like, what's the saying? Like a chicken with its head cut off, because that's what I see people doing this year. Well, guess what? If that's what you're doing, then you're going to be in chaos. You're causing your own suffering. If you're not making space for ease, for flow, for enjoyment, for play, for connection, for slowing down, then you get what you focus on. Focus on the chaos, get more chaos. Focus on the work, get more work. Focus on the not having, get more not having. Focus on the lack of abundance, get more lack of abundance. And how are you focusing on that stuff, and why am I talking about negativity? Because negative is in the title. Those relationships, negative relationships. Like I said, relationship is everything. What is your relationship to any particular thing? We tend to want to label and put everything nice and neat in its little boxes here. Well, it's all a relationship. Our relationship with life. The ease of life is the relationship that we want to have, but what we typically do is this relationship with struggle in life. And we have this great relationship with struggle, don't we? Like, we are so committed. Oh my gosh, we are so committed to the struggle. We're like, yeah, we're in there. Let's struggle. Let's work hard. Let's do this. Let's spend all of our time doing everything that doesn't feel good. And expect to get something out of it that's going to benefit. Let's reap the rewards that's supposed to be rewards of pleasure, of enjoyment, of sustenance, of vitality, of this just juicy life from doing everything that we don't love. You can survive that way. You can survive. You can get through, but you're not going to live. You're not going to thrive. You'll survive. Look at the relationships that you have. Truly. Look at them. Analyze it. And come back to, where's my ease and flow? Live in grace. You know what grace is? Surrender. vulnerability, ease, flow. So, there you go. There's my morning conscious coffee. I'm going to go have a day of ease and flow. The wind is blowing. It is blissful. It is wonderful out here. The sky is blue. I have the house all to myself. The things I want to do. There are things that I need to do, and some of those will get done. But I'm going to focus on the things that I want to do. I hope you do too. Right now, I'm running a special, and my special is Stop Fucking Around. It is a 10-day alignment ass kickery course valued at $297. But, wait for it, dun 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 dun. Yeah, I just did that. It's $297, but it's free right now. It's free, yes. 10 days. A whole bunch of content, videos, journal prompts, downloads, a massive, massive amount of stuff to help you, yes, you, take advantage of 2019, getting into alignment, getting out of this stuck, suffering, clenched, negative rut that you have with relationship to everything. Now, the course is designed for entrepreneurs, for mompreneurs, for small business people to a degree. But you know what? Your small business can be your heart. Your small business can be your relationship with your partner. It can be a relationship with your health. It can be your work. Alignment is alignment. When you learn how to get into alignment in any of the things in this course, can definitely work for you in all areas of your life. So, don't let the entrepreneur in the tagline slow you down. Grab the course, do the work, write the journal prompts out, listen to the videos, get in there and do that work. Get your ass aligned and learn how to take that path of least resistance. Let your little seed sprout, move in ease and blossom. Don't let it just never crack the soil. Never see the light of the sun. You've got a beautiful, beautiful light flower that wants to be seen by the world, that wants that sun on it, that wants to be embraced and felt. A message that needs to be heard. But you've got to let your light, your path, be of ease and seen. So, sign up for that course. The link to it is in the comment section here. The other thing that I have going, this last month I did free consults, and I made multiple consults available, and I had a whole bunch of people sign up for that, and then we ran into some issues with schedules and people getting sick and summertime and end of school and blah 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 blah, and people traveling and all this stuff. So I ran that for a month. And then I have people that are asking, can you book here, can you book there, which was out of the terms of my special that I was running for free consultations. So I sat the other night and I was I was actually watching a show, and this thought came through, well, why don't you just extend that out? So that's what I'm doing. I'm extending out my free consultations until July 15th. But here's the gig, guys. What I'm doing for this next little segment, I guess it's going to be almost a month and a half of free consultations that I'm doing, is these consultations are all going to be done on the phone. They're called micro consultations. You still have the simple form, not the big lengthy form that I ask of my inner circle and my mentorship people, but this is the simple form. You can go on my website. It says free micro consults. Okay? Very, very easy. It's like 5 questions. One of them's your name. Okay? Very, very easy. And for this, what you're going to get is you're going to get a 30-minute consultation from me so that we can work on figuring out what coaching looks like for you. I've got some beautiful opportunities coming out in the next month or two on coaching options and everything. So as that is finishing up its development process, I want to give everybody the opportunity to get these consultations in before I do start going back to charging, okay? So this is $100 value that you're going to get for free, a consultation, 30 minutes on the phone, micro consultation. If you want to work with me, you can be anywhere in the world, okay? So this is phone or Facebook live consultation, okay? Just not in office for these, but everything else is still available. Take advantage of it. Get your butt into the consultation. Let's do some alignment setting for you. Figure out how coaching can actually work for you. Get you on target with the goals that you want, living the life that you want, taking advantage of the different things that you can learn by having a coach in your life. Because you know what? You know what us coaches are here for? We don't like to babysit. We don't like to dredge around in the past and re-anchor all that crap from the past in to your current. No, what we like to do is, much like life, continue moving forward. Where are you at right now? Where do you want to go? How can we get there with the quickest and the most ease? Okay, so that is what coaching is about. I'm not about keeping you around in my life forever and ever and ever, not in the fashion of, hey, you need to connect to me every single week. That's not a coach's gig. You can connect with me in multiple ways. My goal is to get you from where you're at to where you want to be right now as quickly as possible. I want to see you thriving. I want to see you growing. I want to see you smiling. I want to see you turned on, ignited, and living the life that you really truly want, because you are worth it. You are worth it. But in order for you to actually step into your worthiness, for you to actually work through the stuff that you are blind to, sometimes you have to call somebody in. Sometimes you need that outside source that's been there, that's done that, and has some skills that they can share with you on how to get through. So I'm asking you to click on the free micro consultations and get that appointment set, and let's get you in for that consult ASAP, okay? Anything else? I'm not going to make any other announcements. I got a couple other announcements I want to make. Not going to happen on here. I got some really cool shit happening, some local workshops, some summit that I'm participating in, but you're going to see all of that stuff coming out. You're going to see little bleeps from me over the next 3-4 days on all of that stuff, so keep your eyes open for that. Make sure that you stay tuned for tomorrow. I'll be on here doing another conscious coffee, probably in the morning or sometime, who knows, whenever it feels in alignment and right. So I hope you guys go have a fucking amazing day, because I am. Go in ease, go in joy, find your joy. Know that you're worth it. Know that you're worth abundance. You're worth love. You're worth that orgasmic life. Say yes to yourself. Stop saying no. And as always, stop existing, start living. You can follow me at www.kendalwilliams.com. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. I love you.